Hi, my name is Nina Palattella. I'm a junior English major and the editor-in-chief of Brainchild at Kent State University. I'll read a couple of poems, and the first one is called Selectivity. I do not want every thought you've ever had, but I want the ones you've thought about. Can you hear me? Are we watching the same channel, or have you spent your whole life drenched in MTV while I was condemned to public broadcasting before the age of 14? Have you ever tried to pay more attention to your syllables than your words when you speak? Just say what you mean. Worry about tone and timbre later. I prefer the written word anyway. I think everyone prefers to read in their own voice whenever possible. Not every sunrise or sunset is worthy of a poem. Not every man or boy whom you've ever loved is worthy of your words. Did you get that? It's okay to choose your phrases carefully. Some emotions shouldn't be spread freely, and anyone who says scripted, like that's a bad thing, has never felt their voice shake as they've talked and felt like the door is closing. It's time to go now, time to get out. If you've ever yelled at someone and then lived long enough to know that they were hurt, and you felt it too, then you know what it means to start a war. The next poem I'll read is called Longing. I have felt many things in the air, but not love. I have felt love many times, but never in the air, always contained in something, whether pages or stanzas or the gaze of a friend. Love has the incredible power to sustain and sustain a candle that never quite goes out and keeps me from never quite giving up. I can love across even an ocean, love transferred and translated through electrical currents and phone calls, but I would prefer not to. To speak and to hear and to read is wonderful, but to embrace is divine. This next poem is called An Education. Maybe this will be the year in which it gets through to me that 8 hours of sleep is not a luxury. I have already learned why the letter in red on the woman's breast was an A. She earned it, as I have in my own way. My eyes just glaze over now. I try not to cry anymore. It's bad for my heart. I accept the occasional late night or early morning with a smirk and the near serenity of a Buddhist monk, and I eat lunch in the same way as putting gas in a car, acknowledging necessity, not always grateful for the interruption, but I do it. The last poem I read will be one called Sloping. Climbing a mountain just to conquer heights vastly exceeding mine is not an accomplishment. I've traveled to other countries. Airport employees bruised my passport with stamps. I smiled. And I walked up hills, danced by shores, consumed the culture while holding the utensils probably improperly, read the book on it, ate the book too, entirely, and I returned home, in the aisle seat, with heavy baggage and aching feet. Youth is not the answer. It never will be. I can paint the walls, but skin is skin, an organ. The organs demand to be fed. I must consider them. There is no transcontinental flight intense enough to transform something human into something not, an insentient souvenir of the times I will not relive, measuring time in inconsistent, asymmetrical sips. This is the harsh truth. I do not know if my skin will ever fit.